Alright, good afternoon to you, sitting here, joining me for this video today. What is it? What's the topic? Today's topic is definitely something to do with art, and that being the whole fact of enjoying art. Again, this is a topic I find myself strangely fighting with a lot. Like, it's weird. It's as someone who is an artist and who loves drawing, why do I fight this thing? Why do I fight art? It's strange, right? It makes me feel like maybe I'm a bit of an imposter here, because I see all these other people and they're just constantly on it, constantly drawing, constantly creating art. But why is it not so fluent for me? And today, I just got the need to draw, just to sit down and sketch and just doodle for fun. You know, you may remember I did an episode a couple of days ago about reminding yourself why you started to draw again. That's kind of similar to this topic. Maybe it's, it relates a lot to this topic. But I mainly want to talk about it because it's something I fight with a lot. And that's kind of why I feel like an imposter, because I have an art channel and I make art videos and everything's around art, and my whole life has been around art. I've always wanted to be an artist in some form, and I'm starting to realize that form is many nowadays. It's not simply just putting pen on paper or pencil on paper. It's a lot of different things, a combination of a lot of things as well. Maybe that is what I want to do in life. Maybe I want to be an artist that does a lot of different things. But I know drawing and sketching and digital art and traditional art, painting, all of that is very much up there, high echelon of all of these things. It seems to be the thing that I like to do the most, and it seems to be the thing that I always come back to. That and making video content as well, that seems to be another thing that I really like doing. But the whole thing is that art becomes a chore sometimes for me, and I think it does for a lot of other people. I think that's when you really start to get into burnout territory. You start to get into a bit of a burnout, and it starts to hurt. I think there's a reason for that. I think it's just because we take it way too seriously for the whole time. And I heard something today. Now I've got a list of things I want to say here. This is kind of low down, but I want to say it now. I heard something I liked, and it said, I think it was from Pirate Software, from one of his stream clips. He said to not do the thing you really want to do like you want a job in it, even if you want to do it as a job. And art, for me, I've always wanted a job in that. So I've always done it as if I want a job out of it. And he said not to do it like that, because you won't do your best. You won't create things that you're proud of. You will just keep doing the grinding part of it, and it will become a grind, and you will completely forget to enjoy it because of that. That's what often ends up happening with me. Even with some of these videos as well. I do it as well for the grind. Sometimes that happens, and I'm going to be honest here. It does happen because I want this to work out. This is something I'm very passionate about, and I dream about waking up and having my whole day to just make these videos, make content, make all this art that I want to make for a living. And I know it's everyone's dream, but I think the secret, what he was basically saying, is that not treating it like that will lead to better results. Especially if you treat it as a hobby, which often these things start out as hobbies. These things are part of our life as something we just enjoy doing, and thus if you enjoy doing it, you want to do it the best you can. But if you're doing it as a job, well, there's days where you don't want to do your job, but you have to. So you find every single shortcut, you find every single way to just get it done and go. Like, this is it. I've done the best I can, and it's time for me to go. We treat it as a job, and we get stuck in it as a job. So we no longer enjoy it, and it becomes a bad circle, a loop, constantly repeating itself. Insanity, if you will. but it just becomes tedious and it becomes a chore. And I hope that you're seeing the links here. Like, if we treat this as a job, and if we treat this as a thing that we want to constantly do only for the fact that we will make it a job, or monetary gain, if you want to put it that way, which that's not really why I want it as a job. I just want it so I can do this and only this. But you have to ask yourself that question. It's like, why do you really want to do this? And that kind of goes back to the previous video that we had. But I really liked the whole perspective of treating this and keeping it as a hobby, but being passionate about it. So you still work, you still do it all the time, but you do it to your fullest potential because you enjoy it, because it's your hobby. It's something you just want to get good at, not because you want it as a job. And I think I'm going to start treating a lot of things like that, especially YouTube. I think I'm going to start treating it as just something that I really enjoy doing in my spare time, which I do, but usually that sort of judgment gets clouded by the fact that I really want this to work out. So that's less of that, more of, hey, I'm going to do this to the best of my ability, and I'm going to try and make the best quality thing that I can right now. Now, any tips for this sort of feeling of keeping this as a grind, or this being a grind? Hopefully you're enjoying some of the drawings in the background. I'm going to kind of link into the next point of keeping a sketchbook with you, just to doodle, just so you draw, just so you are out there sketching stuff when you have a moment or two. Keeping a sketchbook is important, and I haven't kept one for a while. Thinking about this makes me want to get one now again. But you keep a sketchbook and you just doodle. That's what I used to do as a kid. That was I had so many notebooks and things, and they would just get filled out with stupid little drawings straight off my head. Not trying to do a reference, not trying to do this, not trying to do that, just sketching for fun. I really lost that ability in the recent years. It's become a lot harder to do that. I don't do it enough. Like this drawing that I was doing here, apart from the previous character one that I did on the YouTube video, most of them have always been studies and trying to learn how to do something. But this is just to doodle. This is just to have some fun. And that is something I was missing. And I want to incorporate it a little bit more into my work. And I want you to try the same if you are feeling in any way, shape or form similar to me right now. So, well, not right now, just me in general. Actually, at the moment, I'm feeling pretty good with it, but this is kind of a reflection of where I've been at not too long ago. And essentially what we're trying to do here is have a healthy relationship with our artwork. Just have a healthy relationship with the work you want to do and with the tasks you want to do. This is the way I'm feeling right now. It may be subject to change in the future, but I think at the moment, that's how I'm feeling. I'm trying to find a balance between actually enjoying the artwork and just doing it to improve, but not treating it as a job. Same with YouTube. Now, that all being said, like I just mentioned, daily practice is still a necessary part of becoming a good artist, obviously. And do not underestimate it just because of the things I've been saying here in the video. It's still important that you do your practice and that you do keep working and you don't take continuously long breaks. The whole point of this and keeping a healthy relationship with art is that we remove that whole burnout thing. We remove the ability for us to burn out. We try to do it with more fun rather than just keeping it rigid all the time. Hopefully with that, you will naturally want to practice daily and you'll naturally be getting better and better and better, but at a faster pace because you're constantly doing it. And consistency, doing a little bit every day, will have far greater results in the future. If you're to sit down and do 5 hours of drawing today and then have a week break because you are burnt out from just constantly doing it, you'll get much further that way. And it's way better to keep it consistent but keep it going constantly. So if you run, I don't know what, I'm not going to get any other comparisons. I was going to make a car thing, but we'll leave it at that. Daily practice is still important, and it's still something you want to keep doing, so keep doing it. Don't forget about it, but make it fun for yourself. Do what I'm doing here. Do some actual practice sessions where you're sketching for the fun of it, because that way you're still going to get better. You obviously need references and things to understand what you're trying to draw, but you're still going to be a better artist if you keep practicing your line. So always have that in mind. And kind of as a final thought, something just to add to all this is try things. Try different things. Even if you don't try something that isn't fully related to art, something a little bit different, maybe even music, maybe video production, maybe content creation. That's the same thing, pretty much. Photography. Try these different things. You can actually learn and take from different things. Like art composition, that applies not only to art, that applies to photography, that applies to cinematography, that applies to this. Psychology behind colors, it applies to art, it applies to photography, it applies to video, it applies to marketing, graphic design, everywhere. These skills are very interchangeable between these hobbies, these things that we love doing. So try and learn different things. And not only that, obviously the more obvious stuff as well. Try different software if you do digital art. I love doing that. I love learning new software. I love trying different things. I love learning the process of something new. That's definitely, that's been a discovery of mine lately, that I absolutely love it when I'm learning something new. And try different mediums. That's obvious as well. Try to paint, try acrylic, try oil, try watercolor, try ink. Any of those are a great thing to use. They're a great thing to explore, and you might hate it. You might end up hating watercolor. I'm not the biggest fan of watercolor. It's useful, but I don't use it a lot. Actually, no, I do like watercolor, but there are definitely things that I'm not a fan of, but I've grown to be a fan of them as well. So oil paints, I used to hate them. I used to hate charcoal, but they're like some of my favorite tools now. And try different brands. See what you like. See what you enjoy. See what makes the process fun. And that's it. That's the final point. Have fun. Enjoy it. Take your time with it. Appreciate it. Learn new things with it. And take it as far as you can. And doing it this way, you most likely will. So with that, I'll keep it nice and short. If you enjoyed this video, please do leave a like and a sub if you want to watch any more like this. It'll be greatly appreciated, and have many more things to share with you guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you got something out of it. Maybe it gave you some mental clarity or whatever. Maybe at least you enjoyed the video for the drawings in the background. So take care, draw, have fun, and don't burn out. I wish it was that easy.